Welcome to Rahul's Research YouTube channel. This is a DevOps series where we are building our own VPN solution using WireGuard VPN protocol. And this is the third video of this series. And in the last video, we discussed how to install and configure the Ubuntu server on top of VMware Workstation Pro. So this will be a continuation of the same video. So if you are not yet watched that video before, please do watch that and come back here so that it will be easy for you to catch up. So in this video, we will see how to do a SSH configuration, so which will allow us to take the SSH connectivity remotely, where we can able to manage this operating system with help of CLI. So let us dive into the concepts for configuring the SSH now. So in the last video, we ended up with just powering on the virtual machine. So now we will do some modifications and we will make our system as per our requirement. So now, so this is the console page of our Windows server. So if I give enter, so it is asking for a username and password. So we know in the last video, we just downloaded this operating system as a VMDK file from the OS Boxes website. So obviously while they are creating, they will be giving their own credentials for this configuration setup. So as a first step, we need to identify what is the username and password for them. So in that case, what I'm doing, so I'm going to that same OS Box website where I downloaded. So we know that we downloaded it from here. So I'm just clicking on this info tab on the same page. So if we focus here, they given the default credentials like username and password, including the root account password as well. So the username will be osboxes and password will be osboxes.org. So with these credentials, we can able to log in into that machine now. So what I'm doing, I'm just logging in with the same credentials now, osboxes as a username, and password is osboxes.org. Yeah, so now it's successfully logged in. So now I need to switch as a root user. Why? Because now we are going to do some couple of operations in this machine for configuring our SSH. So for that, first what I am doing is first I need to become a root user. So for that, I am switching as a root user with help of sudo command, sudo su-root. So it's asking for the OS boxes password. So I'm giving the same password. Yeah. Now I became as a root user now. Now here first I'll change the password of the root user. So I am giving the passwd command. So where it will change your password. So I'm giving the password as root. So this is also up to you. Whatever password you prefer, you can give it. Now what I will do, I'll just first rename this machine. So in my case, if I give host name, so I'm giving the host name as OS boxes, but I wanted to rename this host name as server. So for that, there's a command called hostname ctl set space hyphen hostname, and I need to give the actual name which I want to make it visible. So I'm giving the name as server. So with it will just rename our host name here. So to make it effective, I'll just reboot this machine once. So I'm giving as /sbin/reboot command. So it will just reboot this Ubuntu server. So once it reboot and came up, we will just do the further things. Yeah. So now the reboot is completed and now I can able to see the host name is changed as server. So this time I will directly log in as a root user. So I'm giving the username as root and password as root. Now it logged in successfully. Now next what I'm going to do is I'm just remove or I'll just delete the OS boxes user because I don't want it anymore. So because whatever configuration we are going to do, we are going to do it as a root user. So in my case, I mean in this case, as of now, we no need of any external users to be part of this mission. So I'll just remove that one. So if you see, if I give id OS boxes, this is the user already present. So I'll delete this one. So for that, the command is user del -r OS boxes. So now if I execute this id command, now it is telling like no such user, which means the OS boxes user is deleted completely. Now we are good to go with the other steps. Now we will get into the actual configuration of the SSH thing. So first I'll do the update command. So sudo apt update y, means which we already as a root user. So I'm giving the command as apt update -y. So it will just update the system and it will make the things up to date. So now the update is completed. Now we will check whether the SSH service is already present or running or not. So for that, the command is systemctl status SSH. So what it will do, it will just list, or it will show like if any existing service is available in this name. So now it is telling like could not found, meaning, so in this case at present there is no SSH service present at all in this machine. So as a first step now, uh, so now we need to install the SSH service, then only we can able to do the further configuration which are related to SSH. So for that, I am giving the apt install command like apt install SSH to install the packages which are related to SSH. So I'm just accepting the prompt and I'm giving the yes option. Okay. So now the installation is completed. Now let us verify whether that SSH package is present or not. So to verify the package is present or not, the command is dpkg -l SSH. So if I give like this means it's telling like it is giving some result, which means the SSH is already present here, which means now we installed our package and SSH is coming now. So now what I'll do, I'll check whether the SSH service is running or not first. So for that I'm using the systemctl command again, systemctl status SSH. So if I give like this, and here we can see it is actually in running state. Now I'm just enabling it again. So anyways, it's already enabled, but still I'm giving the enable command again. So systemctl enable SSH. So what it will do basically, so whenever your system goes for reboot and it came back, so by default this SSH will not run. So until you enable. So now we enabled it here. So in that case, even in future, if this machine goes for reboot or power off and power back, so automatically the SSH service will also get started. So for that reason only we are doing this SSH enable command. Now we are ready to go for the SSH configurations file. So by default, the SSH configurations will be present under /etc under SSH folder. So I'm just switching to that /etc/SSH folder and I'm giving ls command here. So here it will list down all the configurations files which are related to the SSH service. So here what we need to mainly edit is like we need to edit the shed config file. This is where present here. So with the help of vi editor, I'm just editing this one. So vi sshd underscore config. So this is the file where it contains all the informations or the connectivity, a way of connectivity and other information present in this file. So here some things, I mean here we need to do some modifications. So the first thing is we need to make the password authentication. So now while you are using SSH connection, there will be two options for logging in. So one is with the help of password and second is with the help of SSH keys. So this is completely up to you. In my case, there is no major dependency on the operating system authentication. So I'm just going with the password mechanism. Anyways, it's going to be run in our local environment. So password authentication is enough for me. So in that case, I'm just coming down here under the authentication section. I'm just enabling this permit root login. So by default, it will be commanded in the state of prohibit password. I'm just uncommitting it. I'm changing it to S. So which means this machine should allow root with the password authentication. So and then, so once this one is done, again we need to scroll a little bit down and we need to enable the password authentication option as well. So now here, if you see by default the password authentication is commented. So I need to uncomment that one as well. So I just remove that comment. So these are all the two major changes I am doing here. So apart from that, if you are willing to go with the SSH key configuration related authentication, then two more steps you need to perform. So one is you need to enable this as authentication, I mean pub key authentication as yes. I mean you need to uncomment that one and you need to uncomment this authorized key files location as well. So these are the two extra steps you need to perform. Or else if you are wanted to make the password authentication first, but maybe you are planning to do this SSH authentication in the future. I mean the passwordless authentication in the future also, you can enable this and keep it. So I just enabled this root permit login with the password and I enabled the password authentication as well. and also I enabled pub key authentication as well as authorized key files. But for now, we are going to only do the authentication with the help of password only. So once all these modifications done, I'm just saving this one. So I'm simply giving escape colon WQ. So where it will save and exit from that. So now the modification of the configuration file is done. To make it effective, now we need to restart the service. So for that command is systemctl restart SSH. So now I'm giving systemctl status command for the SSH service again. So it will tell like whether it is actively running or not. So in my case, it is actively running and it restarted 5 seconds ago. So now we are good to connect with this machine with the help of SSH. So for that, now one more thing is pending is like first we need to identify the IP address of this machine. So to identify that one, I'm giving the command called IPs place ADDR. So where it will list down the connected virtual devices, or sorry, it will list down the connected Ethernet devices to this machine. So in my case, I'm having two. So I need to mainly focus on ENS33, and this is my actual IP of this virtual machine. So it is 192.168.31.67. So I need to take this, or I can give host name hyphen capital I. So this is also another way to find the IP address of the machine. So I need to do the SSH from with help of this IP only. So to test it, what I'm doing, I'm just opening the command prompt here on my host machine, which is nothing but Windows operating system. So here I'm giving the command like SSH space root. So I'm going to log in as a root user. So root at the rate, and I need to specify that Ubuntu server machine's IP. So 192.168.31.67. So this is my IP. So if I'm logging in for the first time, it will ask like this. I'm simply giving yes, and it will ask for the passwords. I'm giving the password as root. So now I can able to log in successfully. So if you also following these steps and you are able to see this login message, then yes, we can come to the conclusion like your SSH configuration is proper. In case if you are getting any error, so make sure your SSD config file is modified properly, and whether you uh, to make it effective, you just ensure whether you have restarted your SSH service or not. So with this, I am concluding this video today. So in the next video, we will see how to install and configure the WireGuard VPN server on top of this Ubuntu server, which means we are going to transform this Ubuntu server into a VPN server. So in the next video, we will see the detailed approach of that. If you like this video, please like, share and comment this one. In case if you are having any doubts, please leave a comment. I will definitely reply on top of that. And please share this video to your friends who are interested on this tech related things. It will be helpful for them. Thanks for watching.